Welcome back to Everything College. I'm your host, Christina Parker, supporting your college navigation while minimizing debt. So, a lot of people have asked me to talk about this. How did I get into a program that requires a 3.5 GPA and me not have remotely near that GPA? So, before I jump into it, I just kind of want to say, I've supported my siblings getting into undergrad with not the best GPAs. I've gotten myself into undergrad without not the best GPA, and I did the same thing with graduate school. Now, there are a lot of people out there that be like, I can't go to school because I don't have a proper GPA. I can't go to school because my GPA is at this level and they want this. If that is your sole reason to why you are not applying to undergrad, to graduate school, to your PhD program, whatever it is, throw that out the window. Throw it out the window. I know. Counselors, teachers, the internet has put out this myth that you need a certain GPA in order to get into these universities. And the truth is, that is a lie. That is a lie. But what isn't a lie is that it is going to make your process harder if you don't have the GPA necessary. It is going to make it a little bit harder, but it does not exclude you from getting into that university. So before I go into my story, I just want to say, everyone's in unique positions, right? Some people may have really, really low GPAs, and some universities might not be willing to accept someone with such a low GPA because GPAs, unfortunately, paints this picture that you are not academically qualified in order to be at said school, right? And sometimes you have a low GPA where schools don't want to take that risk. If that is your place, then you can take multiple different avenues in order to increase your chances. And I will be talking about that on a different video. And so if you haven't already, please subscribe. So my school, University of Michigan, for my specific program, which is social work, the average person has a 3.5 GPA. So I'm about to tell you my GPA that I graduated undergrad with. A 2.88. So I graduated with a 2.88 GPA. Let me be honest with you. The entire time of applying to college, I never assumed my GPA would be a reason to why I wouldn't be able to go. I'm not going to lie. Even though people have constantly told me throughout college, you need a 3.0, you need a 3.0 or more to get into university, I never thought of it to really be a reason to why I couldn't get into university. But I know that is a lot of people's reasons to why they don't apply. But that's neither here nor there. So I applied, right, to my university, and I made sure, because I knew that my GPA wasn't the best, to not focus on my academic excellence, but to focus on my community work, to focus on what I have done, and me able to prioritize multiple different competing priorities to boost my chances of getting accepted to university. Because if the only thing that is wrong is me not having the GPA, then my chances are still equivalent to someone who has the GPA but may not have the experience. So, went through the application process. University of Michigan sent me a letter, and I read the letter, and it says, "You have been waitlisted." So basically, I was waitlisted, right? I do in my social media post, I did say that I was denied, right? But in actuality, I was waitlisted. And a lot of times this has happened to a couple of my friends, But they didn't take the route that I took, right? They was like, I waitlisted. I'm just going to wait for them to clear this list to see if I get a chance. And the reason why I was waitlisted was because I had all the qualifications necessary to get into the university besides my GPA. And so therefore I was put to the bottom of the list. Well, not the bottom of the list, but put lowered on the list. And if a spot came available and I was up on that list, I would be placed in that spot. But obviously, I was not about to let fate dictate if I was going to go to college or not, because I was very focused on this is the next move in my career and in my life. So, waitlisted, immediately picked up the phone, called the University of Michigan program, and I was like, hey, I received this. Is there anything I can do to get this decision overturned or to boost my place in line? And so the person was like, yeah, actually you can, do an interview, and they can tell you the reason why you were waitlisted, and then we'll see what happens from there. So immediately, I wasn't those people that got that and cried, right? I was a person that got it, immediately picked up my phone and was like, what can I do to prove to y'all that I am more than qualified to be at your institution? So a week later, I had an interview, wasn't face interview, was on a phone call, and I just kind of sold myself. It was like really like an interview. I was like, these are my skills. This is all the things that I have done, have accomplished, which is more than a lot of the students that are going to come through here who have that 3.5 that you're looking for. And the reason to why I didn't get or graduate with a 3.0 or 3.5 GPA was for these multiple different reasons. And one of the reasons I explained to them was that, let me be real, okay? I had a 3.0. I had a 3.0 towards my senior year of school. I had a 3.0, but I ended up failing a couple of classes my senior year of school. Yes, the senioritis is real. And actually didn't graduate on time because I failed classes that I needed to actually pass in order, blah, blah. But I was like, as a person who was reliant at that moment on financial aid, I panicked. I was like, am I going to become homeless? And what does my future look like? Am I going to be able to secure a job? Those are my real fears. And it took away so much of the time that I would usually put into my academics. And I was stressing over what would happen after this is done, which is something I want to talk about because I feel like that's a common theme. There's really is a lot of stress from graduation, even though that's supposed to be a celebratory moment. And so I explained that to them. And immediately after I knew I was accepted into the program fully, they didn't tell me that, but they were asking me to apply for different scholarships and, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, you're not about to tell me to apply for a scholarship if you're not going to give me a position or a spot in your institution. So that's literally how I was able to overturn a decision that would have costed my spot at the university. Now there is a chance that a whole bunch of students, especially during the pandemic that we didn't know was going to happen at that time, would have occurred, and I would have gotten a spot. That is totally a possibility. But I've known 3 individuals in particular who had the same thing happen to them, but because they didn't call, because they waited, right, they ended up not getting a spot at their school that they wanted to actually go to. So my advice to y'all is, regardless of if you get a denial letter, if you get waitlisted, do not take that as this is it. Can't do nothing. Gotta pick my second choice. No, call them. See what you can do. See if that can be overturned. See if they have an interview process. If that person tells you no, ask if you could speak to someone else, right? you know, until you are satisfied with the answer, and you feel like you have gotten the most accurate information. But you should never, ever, ever not apply to school because you are fearful of rejection solely based off of your GPA. Because you can get into university without a 3.0. I did it. I know many of other people who have did it. Do not let that be a deterrent. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about undergrad. I think I have some time to talk about undergrad. If not, then this will be on a second. This will be on another. You know what I'm trying to say. But students to know that your GPA. Okay, your GPA does matter, right? It does matter, but in the same context of it doesn't matter at the same time. And I want to say that because I don't want people to think that, oh, I don't have to try to perform academically in order to get into an institution. You do, but you can get into institutions if you didn't perform the best or to the university's qualifications of this is the leading thing that you have to hit. It's not like that at all. So, on another episode, I'm talking about like different things that you can do to kind of uplift more of your experience and kind of push your GPA into the background in order to increase your chances of getting into a university. But before I go ahead and close it off, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you have some topics that you would like me to talk about, again, put it in the comments below, like, comment, and share so someone out there can also get this information. And to all those that are planning on applying, I'd super, super, super duper would appreciate if you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm definitely going to be helping you not only remove some of those mental barriers that you have of like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or I don't know what I'm doing, or whatever the case may be, and replace it with empowerment, with support, and really helping you along this process of navigating these applications, navigating these processes, navigating the internal conflict that you may have. And I think that the end goal of this right here is just to let you know that your GPA, what you did, your academic performance, does not paint a picture of how you are able to perform. It doesn't paint a picture of this is your limitations. It doesn't limit you. It doesn't showcase like you are subpar to other people who have 3.0s. Man, I will crip walk. Okay, let me not say that. I will dance all over people who have 4.0s, right? Like, I bring so much to the table, and so many of y'all that are out there that are about to apply but may have a 2.6 GPA, may have a 2.3 GPA, may have a 3-point GPA, a 2.8 GPA, whatever your GPA is, you may feel like, well, I didn't have this, so I'm going to be subpar to other people. People are going to look at my application and laugh. I'm going to get denied automatically. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. What I will say, ending this, what I will say is that if you do not have the best GPA, there is more work required from you in order to prove that you can academically succeed in that institution. So there is more work on you, but if you have the want to attend it, then it's not something that is so extravagant that you're going to be wiped out or you're going to not want to do it. It's going to be something that you're okay with doing, and it's not a lot of work. So please do not be discouraged, be encouraged. And I look forward to so many of your college reveals. I hope that y'all, are creative with how you are applying and celebratory of the successes and the acceptances of your universities. And so I look forward to graduation day.